academics is a slight modification of the topic that has been given me. Your teacher Kanchanalata, who is an erstwhile colleague of mine, a very good friend of mine, and she told me to speak about skill enhancement to excel in life and academics. But when I considered the topic, when I thought to myself, I thought maybe skills are one aspect of life and academics that need to be enhanced, and there are a lot of other things also that need enhancement. That's why I took a little liberty and I changed the topic a little. So I renamed it Enhance to Excel. Enhance, it's not necessarily skills, but it's a little more than skills. So enhance, why? To excel, to become better, to become great, right? To go to a higher plane, to go to a higher level. So enhance to excel, where both in academics and also in life. At the college, outside the college. When you are a student and tomorrow when you leave your college and become something bigger than that, you play a bigger role, a larger role in life. So here inside the walls of the college and outside the college, when you accept a big responsibility for yourself and for your community. So there are two things involved in this. So are you all ready for the session? If you are ready, just go to the chat box and type the letter R. R means ready. Just type the one letter, single letter. Yeah, good. You are very fast. I think sometimes I have to wait for students to respond. Oh, so many. Quite a lot of you. Very good. That's wonderful. Okay, good. So that makes my job easier if you are ready. Right, let's move on. So this is my first slide. Suppose somebody is good. One young girl from Indira Priyadarshini Degree College for Women. So one girl is good. Good in what? Maybe good in studies, good in handling her affairs, good in managing her life, good in helping her family, whatever, right? She is good. Can she become better? Type yes or no. Can she become better? A good person can become better, yes or no? Oh, good. Yeah, I think answers are bigger. Vaishnavi, Saish, and then Sirisha, then Leena, all of them are saying yes. I think some more also are saying yes, Meghna and Vaishnavi and others. I'm very happy that you have accepted my first proposition. So my first proposition is, if you are good, you can become better. Now I have a second question. Suppose you are already better. Better than somebody else, better than yesterday, better than your colleagues, better than your sister, better than somebody else. Can you become the best? Again, say yes or no. Can you become the best? Wow, great. Wonderful. I think the same students are answering. I want the others also. Manjula, Hinduja had said yes, right? Saumya had said yes. And Naz has said yes. And Saumya had said yes, sir. Okay, thank you very much. I want all of you to respond, right? So good people can become better. Better people can become the best. If you are good at something, you can improve yourself and become better. And if you are already better than somebody else, you can become the best in that group or in that class. Suppose you want to improve your English speaking skills, and if your English speaking skills are good, by making a little effort, your English speaking skills can become better. And by making extraordinarily brilliant efforts, you can be the best in your class, right? The best user of English, the best conversationalist in English, the best speaker of English, right? So you can become the best also if you make an effort. There is a condition. If you make an effort, if you constantly strive to become the best. Okay. Now, the next and the most important question. Suppose you are already the best. Nobody speaks as good as you. Nobody has scored 100 marks like you have done. Nobody is as helpful as you are. Nobody is very, very good like you in a certain sport. You are the best, right? Then what else do you do? If you're already the best, is there anything that can happen beyond that? If you're already the best, can something happen, or is that the end of it? Maybe one or two of you can unmute yourself and answer me this question. Maybe the admin can unmute everybody. If you raise your hand, maybe you can unmute one or two students, I think. Yeah, I can't see if anybody is raising hands, but maybe I think, I don't know. Admin, please. Yeah, I think Vaishnavi has risen her hand. Will you please unmute her?
Yes, sir.
Vaishnavi, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Learning process never ends, sir.
Right. But my question is,
Life is learning, so we should continue with learning.
Suppose you're already the best.
Yes, sir. Even though we are best, we should try to learn and gain.
Thank you very much, Vaishnavi. You made my point and you made my day today. Thank you. I think you're very brilliant students in this college. Right. Okay. So even
I am from Vivekananda Government Degree College, sir.
Okay. Right. That's all. There are students from other colleges also. Anyway, so I'm very happy that you are there. So what I would like to tell you is that even the best can become better than that. I mean, it's a little intriguing. It's a little puzzling, difficult to understand. Suppose, sir, I've scored 100 marks already. Their teachers don't give 101 marks anyway. How can I become better than the best, sir? This is an often asked question. My answer is, suppose you have scored 100 marks in one subject, perhaps you can score 100 marks in 2 subjects tomorrow. You can score 100 marks in all the subjects tomorrow. You can score 100 marks in all subjects plus something else tomorrow. Or teachers must tell you, oh, you actually deserve more than 100 marks, but I'm sorry, I cannot give you more. Because that's what the computer allows, or that's what the system allows. So suppose somebody says that, I think that would be a big achievement. You made a big achievement. Suppose you are a cricket fan and they say, sir, some 5 or 6 people have already hit the ball to 6 sixes. They made 6 sixes in an over, sir. So what can be better than that? That's the best. There's nothing beyond that. So there can be something better even beyond that, because maybe sometimes we don't know tomorrow, somebody will be throwing an extra during an over and there'll be 7 balls in an over and somebody will make 7 sixes. Possible? We don't know. So records are there to be broken. Right? If somebody went up the Mount Everest and climbed the top, climbed the peak of that, it's not the end of it. Somebody else will do it some other way. Maybe he'll climb it up from a difficult path. Maybe he'll he'll go there without oxygen, or he'll walk backwards and achieve that. Or maybe you can imagine 1,000 different possibilities. So there is nothing called the ultimate. Never. The human energy, human potential, human strengths are such that, I mean, nobody can say, oh, man cannot achieve anything more than this. No. The ultimate is yet to happen. The best is yet to come. Right? What we have today is only maybe a part of the journey. You are on the course. So something better is still to happen. Provided, what is the condition I told you? The condition is consistent effort. If you make consistent effort, you can be better. Okay, let's all do a very simple exercise. All of you, wherever you are, please sit down comfortably and stretch your hand like this. Your right hand. Stretch your hand. Okay, can you stretch it a little farther? I mean, don't move yourself. Sit wherever you are. I mean, but can you stretch the hand a little farther? You can do that, I think. All of you can do that. Can you stretch it still farther? I mean, it should ache. Your shoulder should ache. Then you should feel the pain here so that you are trying to extremely exert yourself so that you can reach 1 millimeter beyond that. What have we done now? Perhaps we have done something that we have never done before. Perhaps we did not know that our hand could stretch beyond that limit. So we experienced a little pain here, a little inconvenience here, and tried doing something that we had never tried. And achieved something more than what we achieved. Till yesterday, I did not know. I thought I could stretch only for maybe 40 centimeters like this. But today I realized maybe it's 40.1 centimeters. Just giving you some scale, right? Okay, so like that, I mean, I just gave you a very, very simple example for you to understand the concept. So there is nothing called the ultimate. Suppose you go on trying like that. Every day you try. Consistently. Every day you try stretching your right hand a little farther and farther and farther. We don't know, maybe if you practice it for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, perhaps you can reach 1 centimeter beyond or 1 whole inch beyond what you thought was possible. Right? The same thing happens in sports, the same thing happens in studies, the same thing happens in life, the same thing happens everywhere. So people, by consistent, constant, continuous, lifelong effort, they achieve more than what anybody else has achieved. That is the process of Excel. Now, a very simple question to you. You might have understood what I wanted to tell you. Are you prepared for some kind of consistent effort in a few fields that you have chosen? You want to be the best in some field. In that field, are you willing to do consistent effort? Consistent means, I mean, without break, a uniform, always, I mean, without losing heart, right? Continuous, right? Not losing heart, and the same type, uniform, that kind of effort. Are you all willing to do that? Will you please give me an assurance? Say yes in the chat box. Good, 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 good. But I think I'm still getting the answers from same 10 students. Rukmini has added, I think Shirish also has come. Yeah, Bindu has come for the first time, I think. Anyway, okay, I see some new names now. Good, good. Okay, let's move from here. Okay, right. Now, I am coming to the topic that has been given me. In academics and in life, 2 areas. So in the college, outside the college. When you are a student, when you become something tomorrow. In both these places, you need to enhance. That's what your teacher, Dr. Kanchanalata, asked me to speak about. So I want my students to enhance themselves, become better, become greater, become higher, reach greater heights, right? Do something that they have never done, or do something more than they have always been used to doing. I want them to raise themselves a millimeter higher. That's what your teachers want. And your teacher told me, oh, I want my students to enhance themselves. And she gave me 2 areas in which they want you, your teacher wants you to excel. What are they? One is your academics. Academics is studies, and 2, life. I think 1 hour is too small a time to discuss what you can do to your life to become better. But what I have done is I have chosen 3 areas in academics and 3 areas in life. And if you look at the slide, I have put some dark lines. I have also put some dotted lines. Because I think it's very difficult to say that these are limited to academics. These are limited to life. Everything is limited to everything. But basically, when I think of academics, what comes to my mind? Knowledge, skills, and application. Whatever you have learned must be applied to real life. So if you look at the 3 words, it's easy to remember. If you go backwards, ASK. Remember ASK. A stands for application, S stands for skills, K stands for knowledge, or if you are okay, you can remember it as KSA. These three things relate to academics, and you need to have a strategy to improve these three things in case you want to excel in your academics. Suppose you want to become the best student. You want to be better than what you've been. If you're already the best, you want to be better than what you've been the best, right? In what areas? Your knowledge must improve, your skills must improve, and your application ability, your ability to apply what you've learned to real life must also improve. Very quickly, right, because we don't have much time. How do we improve our knowledge? Reading books, right, going to the library, maybe referring to resources, and easier talking to teachers, talking to your colleagues, talking to others who know the subject, right? Interacting, discussing, debating, right? Participating, listening carefully. So many ways are there. All these ways help us improve our skills, knowledge, right? So reading is one of the ones that I think all of you do that. But unfortunately, most students read only, underline only for the exams. So what your textbooks are prescribed? Oh, these 5 questions. You have some, maybe some of you exactly prepared for the examination only. And maybe, oh, if I study these 5 chapters, it's enough. I'll get a first class. Please don't do that. Read extensively. Go beyond the textbook. The textbook is just one resource, right? And beyond that resource, there is a lot. That's why you have a library. The textbook is one book, but the library has hundreds and thousands of them. So if you are curious, if you want to learn, the sky is the limit, or even the sky is not the limit. So get knowledge. The more the knowledge, the better a student you are. Student is one who studies. Student, study. The words are the same. The one who studies becomes, suppose you don't study, you only prepare for the examinations. I don't think you are a serious kind of a student. You pass, you get a certificate or whatever, but that's useless. Right? So if you want to be a good student, study. Study is for knowledge. Then skills. So whatever subject you've chosen to study, whether it's physical sciences or biological sciences, languages or arts, commerce or whatever, there are lots of skills that you need to acquire. For instance, if you are studying biological sciences, there are some skills. Maybe suppose you have to do a dissection. So that's a skill. You need to acquire that skill, right? Maybe you, in a chemistry lab, if you are even weighing some, that's a very small thing actually, if you are weighing something in a balance. That also is a skill. Not everybody can do it equally perfectly. That's a very fine balance, right? Even a nanogram perhaps can make a difference sometimes, right? So acquire the skills. Suppose you want to improve your English language. That's a skill you need to improve. So skills can be improved not by sitting in the library, not by just listening to your teachers, but by practicing them. So whatever skills you want to build, you need to put them into practice. You need to use them. Like you, suppose you want to learn swimming, you have to go and swim. Only then you can learn swimming. Swimming cannot be taught. Suppose you have an excellent teacher, a gold medalist, right? A Padma Shri awardee, suppose that teacher is there in your college and she comes and teaches you how to swim in the classroom. Can you learn swimming? No. So that's a skill. Dance is a skill. So skills can be learned only by practicing. So ask yourself, what skills do I need to succeed in my academics and later, of course, in my life? So practice them. And third, whatever you learn in terms of knowledge or skills, immediately try to adopt that, adapt to that, use that, employ that for a certain purpose. look around for real life examples, how it works. So the classroom cannot demonstrate everything in real life. It's difficult. But when you come out, so you can apply that. For instance, you have learned English language. So you have to put it not the same sentence that has been constructed in the class, but in a real life situation, you make a sentence of your own and transact some business and converse with somebody. That is what we call application. Okay, quickly. So there are 3 things that you need to improve to excel in your academics, to become better in your academics. So what are they? Knowledge, skills, application. Now coming to life. And in case you want to succeed in life also, life includes your career. And even if you don't take up a career, suppose, you get into business, or you become a housewife, or you take up something that perhaps is not called a job, and then whatever, wherever you are. So that's life, something larger. And there are a few other things that you need to excel in. And that is in addition to these things. Even there also, you need knowledge, you need skills, you need application, but a little more. What is that? The most important thing is your attitude. Your attitude decides where you are, what you are going to be, what kind of success you are going to achieve, and where you can place yourself. Your attitude decides everything that happens to you and everything you do. Right? If your attitude is good, people respect you, people hold you in high esteem, people love you, people like to obey your orders, people like to take instructions from you, people will come forward to help you, and the same way, you also, of course, respond. 2-way. And the next one is improve your perceptions. What are perceptions? I think all of you know about your senses. How many senses do we have? 5. So the 5 senses. So we see, we hear, we smell, we taste, and we feel or touch. So enhance these 5 perceptions. You must see more. A poet, an artist, a musician, a sculptor, a painter, what do? They see more. They see things that we cannot see. Right? Somebody sees a tree there, for instance, and when I close my eyes, I can recall that tree. I can make a beautiful painting of that. How is that possible? Because he saw something that others missed. Okay? Similarly, your senses must be over active all the time. You can train them. You can train your senses to feel more, smell more, taste more, touch more. Even if you are eating your food, for instance, right? You can taste it better if you try, if you become conscious of that. This is a conscious activity. And you must do it consciously for so long that sometime in your life, it happens even without your being conscious of that. You see more even without trying for that. But in the initial stages, you have to conscious. For instance, you see a flower. A biology student or maybe an ordinary man, what do they see? Only a flower, for instance, a technical, scientific view. But when you see a flower, if your heart beats differently, not the routine way, but it be, and you can hear that heart sound, or you can feel that response, you can feel that Telugulo spandana, that spandana, that response to that. Right? If that is different, your heart swells in joy when you see that flower. I think your perceptions are excelling. And you need to make a conscious effort, as I told you in the beginning, to improve your perceptions. So enhance your perceptions also. And most importantly, to succeed in life, you must have a set of your own values. What are values? I think it may be a little difficult for me to define them to you, but whatever you live for, something that you choose to live for. This is this is something that I would like to live for. For instance, somebody says, oh, whatever happens to me, I don't care, but I'll be all my life honest. So honesty is a value that somebody has dedicated herself to. Come what may. Somebody says non-violence is my value. So non-violence is something for which he is willing to give life. He is given to dedicate his or her life just for the sake of ensuring that the world is non-violent. And living for values is not an easy job. It's a very tough job. Once you choose to live for some values, maybe you have to make some small sacrifices here. Sometimes you may have to face a lot of resistance, and then you need to go maybe alone. Not many people may come with you in the beginning, initial stages. Still they are convinced that the way that you have chosen is the right one. This is a tough way, but in case we want to really be successful in life, we have to be very, very conscious of the values that we have chosen for ourselves and to live for them. Suppose, I'll give you a simple example. Suppose punctuality is a value. Come what may, I don't care. I will be in the college by, suppose your college opens at 10 o'clock. I'm going to be there 2 minutes before 10 o'clock. I'll be in my class at 10 sharp. Suppose, you take a firm decision like that. Is it easy? Many times it's not easy. Maybe you miss the bus, maybe something happens, maybe mom has not made the breakfast for you, maybe you got up a little late that day, or maybe you watched a late night movie the previous night. There may be so many hindrances, so many obstacles, so many difficulties, but you don't care. You make it because you have chosen. It's not somebody forcing you to do that. You have chosen to be punctual. So if punctuality is a principle, a guideline, a value, a tenet that you have chosen for yourself, automatically, despite all the difficulties that you face, you will live for that. Tomorrow you become an employee, you get a job. So when you get a job, so you need to have some values in your life. Without that, like an animal, you will go to every day, you go to office and then you return, you die like an animal, you are born like an animal, you die like an animal. No, nothing. You don't achieve much. Everybody must have a set of one's own values. Values can be perfection. For instance, whatever little I do, I'll do it perfectly. I don't care how much time it takes, how much effort is needed, and whether people are appreciating it or not. I want to do it absolutely perfectly. Till it is completely perfect, I am not going to leave it. Suppose that's your value. You have to live for that. Right? There are hundreds of stories you might have heard how people take so much care. Suppose somebody artist is somebody sculpting a sculpture, right? Will he just leave some deficiency, some small defect, or just like that? No, unless it's absolutely perfect, he'll not leave it. Even those idols that are sold in the market on the street also, there is so much perfection people achieve. Paint is, suppose he's applying paint, so very perfectly it's done. Right? If you are writing, it can be, in case you want, you can make it thoroughly perfect. So choose your values, live for them, and face some resistance if necessary, but be the best in that field. That is excelling. So these are 6 things I've chosen to talk to you about. In case you want to excel, perhaps you have to start identifying what knowledge do you want, what skills do you need, where can you apply what you have learned, how can you improve your perceptions, how can you change your behavior, attitude, and how can you, or what values do you want to live for. So ask yourself these questions, make a list, and begin improving your academics and improving your life. So don't think, sir, life is something that happens after college. No, sir. So let me begin after that. I am in first year now. After I finish my final year, I'll begin thinking of life. Now let me work only as a student. No. Life began the moment you were born. You may call yourself a student because that's your main profession now. You're studying. But while studying, you're also a human being. So lots of things keep happening to you and you need to do even while you are a student. So it's not only just the classroom that affects your life, but everything directly, indirectly affects your life. Okay, so take care of these things. Any questions at this point? Maybe you can type them. One question or two questions, maybe. I don't see anybody asking a question. It may be okay. We'll reserve them towards the end of the lesson. Right. Move on. These are, because I mean, the topic was skills. I thought maybe let me give you an idea of what skills are and what you can do to improve yourself. So I have chosen 6 sets of skills. Each one of them is not one skill. Each one of them is a set of skills. Actually, there are thousands of skills. You have to identify which skills are relevant to you. Okay, for instance, learning skills. As a student, they are very relevant to you. And even after you finish your college also, they are relevant to you because learning is a lifelong process. It does not stop till you breathe, you are last. You keep learning, especially if you become a teacher or if you play a role where learning is essential. Maybe you become a chartered accountant. You need to learn all your life. Suppose you become an advocate, you have to learn all your life. Suppose you become a doctor. Is there a point where you can say, oh, I'm a doctor, I've got a job already, I am working in some hospital. I don't want to learn anything from tomorrow. Is that possible? No. So hundreds of professions you can think of where learning is a lifelong process. Even if you become a housewife and you need to cook just in the kitchen and serve your family and lead a very happy life, even there you have to constantly learn. Maybe a new dish or cooking a dish that you already make in a new way, right? Or using a new gadget at your home. Suppose you bought a new gadget, you need to learn how to use that. So learning is a lifelong process. Then anybody and everybody, whatever subject you study, whatever field you work in, and whatever profession you take to, your communication skills must be constantly improved. They must be better. I mean, when I say communication skills, I'm not talking about English language. English language is one part of communication skills. Whatever language you speak, I mean, it can be your mother tongue, but your communication must be good. In fact, even when you're not speaking, suppose you don't use any language at all, still your communication, your body language must be better, right? Your eye contact, your tone must be right, your courtesy, right? All those things. So your communication skills must be better. And the third one is perhaps the most important out of all of them, all the 6 that I have listed there. And what is that? Self-motivation. I don't know if it's a skill, but you must constantly motivate you. Don't wait for somebody to come. So nagaRAJU sir came, you motivated me. How long will that motivation last? Maybe a short while. This lesson that I am giving you today, or this talk that I am presenting today, will not last forever. Maybe you'll remember it for 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, depending on your attitude. But that's all. It won't last forever. So, like you take a bath every day, like you take a shower every day, you must motivate yourself every day. Maybe you have to devote a little time of your day, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. Maybe in the morning, as soon as you wake up, you must think, oh, what makes me feel better? I'm going to do that. So tell yourself, yes, I'm going to achieve something more. Yes, I'm capable of something more. Yes, I'll do this positively. Yesterday I achieved this, but that's not the end of it. I'm going to do a little more. So that is constant self-motivation, lifelong self-motivation. If somebody tells you tomorrow you are going to die, even then, oh, I have 24 more hours, learn something new, and let me use these 24 hours in the best possible way. Learn like you are going to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi said, learn like you are going to live forever. Okay? And motivate yourself and improve your leadership skills. That's again a big area. So maybe you need a whole class on that. Your decision-making skills and your time management skills, right? So, and I have not listed completely. Maybe I just thought yesterday and I thought maybe, okay, these 6 are perhaps more important because you're all students still. And if you begin with them, there are other sets of skills which you can focus on later. Okay, so build these skills. Of all these 6, if you ask me to give my priority is the third one. So self-motivation skills. So if you motivate yourself, if it does not constantly depend on somebody else to come and motivate you, oh, my mom did not do that, my dad did not tell me, my teachers did not motivate me, or I did not have an opportunity like this, I think that's all useless. If you motivate yourself, you are successful. Okay, let me move on. This I leave, this slide. Okay, this is a very important to me, right? Many students that I speak to, they tell me, I mean, maybe I'll just go show it by parts. Okay, let me show this part to you. Usually when I go to colleges, no, I ask students, what are a few things that you need to succeed in life? This is very often asked question. Whichever college I go to, I ask the students, okay, tell me 5 things that you need to succeed in life, 4 things, 2 things, 1 thing that you need to succeed in life. And students have given me lots of answers. I've constantly been updating this, right? This list has not been the same. I show this slide many times, but this slide keeps changing. So from what, suppose you tell me something more today, I'll add it to this and then I'll change this slide next time when I show. So what are a few things that teachers told me? Money, support from the parents, the institution where they studied, my college, right? My teachers, my social status. I come from a poor background. My parents are this, my parents are that, etc. My fitness, my health is not good or some such thing. My relationships with others. Who are the people around you? Family, friends, friendships, relationships, etc. And the recognition I get. Sir, I work best if I get recognized. But nobody recognizes me. Sir, I did so well. I got 100 marks. Nobody even congratulated me. I did outstandingly well. They did not give me the prize. People find these pretexts. I think you know what's a pretext. Pretext, Telugulo nepam antaru kada. Edo oka nepam kavali manaku. So they find these pretexts and they say, oh, I have not succeeded because I did not have these. So what do students say? Students say, sir, I went to a bad college. Others are studying in very good colleges. My teachers were not good. My parents did not support me at all. My parents are illiterate. They don't know anything. They did not give me good guidance. I don't have money. People who have money are doing all that. Because I don't have money, I'm not able to achieve that. Sir, I have this problem, sir. I have this, I am blind, I am deaf, one of my hands does not work, or I have some physical fitness problem. I always have a stomach ache, some such thing. Bodily, physical fitness issues. And I don't have many relatives, I don't have many friends who help me. One of my uncles has done this, one of my aunts has done this, my grandfather did this, some such pretext. Right? And all these are reasons, I agree, all these reasons, all these factors contribute towards success. If your parents are really very supportive, great. But you might know 100 people in your own surroundings who succeeded without any parental support. Orphans are succeeding, no? Young people in orphanages, they don't even know who their parents are, but some of them are succeeding. Right? Some people say, money, without money, what can I achieve, sir? But very often we see, even yesterday or the day before, I saw the UPSC results, and then the topper is a poor man's son. So the institution that you go to, the parents that you are born to, the teachers that you are taught by, and the physical fitness that you enjoy, all these are factors, reasons enough responsible for your good, for your success. But the condition is they need not be inhibiting factors. Just because you don't have them, you need not stop. Think of your classmates, think of your friends, think of a few other people who succeeded without them. There are people who were not taught by any teachers but have succeeded. There are people who are physically crippled. Some of them, I think I don't need to give you examples. You might have already thought of some great examples in the world. Blind people doing extraordinarily, unbelievably great things. Right? Some great scientists, physically born crippled. Right? Some people without anybody to support them, still succeeding. So in case these things are necessary, not necessary, what are necessary then? Can anybody tell me now? So what are absolutely essential to succeed? I am keeping the chat box open now. You can tell me, okay, these things are optional. So what is it that absolutely without which one cannot succeed? Can you identify one or two things? Self-believing. Manisha, thank you very much. Manisha said self-belief. And one or two more answers, please. Hard work, Saumya says. Right, good. Good, Saumya. And Meghana says smile. Oh, yeah, good. Smile is a medicine. Sirisha says hard work again. Nagalakshmi says strong determination and self-motivation. Yes, you are right. Vaishnavi says self-confidence. Saumya says self-confidence. Saumya says willpower also. Amarnath Singh says excellent talking abilities. And Rohini says positive thinking. Induja says hard working. Okay, thank you very much, all of you. I'm sorry, I think the answers are flowing in, but I think all of you have started thinking and you have helped me identify a few things that are essential. So look at this circle here. So in case you want to succeed in life, even if you have them on the right side, it's fine. But the left things are absolutely essential, right? Learn, have some new creative ideas, be capable of thinking fresh, thinking lateral, thinking outside the box, thinking on your own. Have some great thoughts. How long do you give every day to yourself to think? I think 99.9% of the students, perhaps my guess, perhaps do not have any time for thinking. I mean, all the while we are thinking, our brain, as long as we are alive, as long as we are awake, we are thinking, but not that kind of thoughts. Some original thoughts, some creative thoughts, right? Something that sets you on a course that ignites a spark in you, that makes you, passionate about exploring something, that kind of thoughts. And then changing your habits. Developing better habits, building better habits is very important, whether you have these or not. Better habits are important. I talked to you about values already. So having some goals, somebody said that having some goals, having action plans, being punctual, regular, sincere, hardworking, smart working, right? All these things on the left side are much more essential than the ones on the right side. So if you have the things on the right side, great, you are lucky. But if you don't have them, don't need complain. You don't need to complain that you do not have them. In case you have the things on the left side, you can still succeed. And I don't need to give you examples of Abraham Lincoln, Amitabh Bachchan, or somebody, Ambani or somewhere. You have examples around you. Your classmates are some of your examples. Your parents are some of your examples. Your teachers are some of your examples. And perhaps you yourself are an example. Okay, so stop complaining and start achieving. I'll give you, just 2 video clips, very short video clips, 1 minute each. And you have to answer my questions. I'm going to play this left one first, the left video. You have to tell me, what do you understand from this video? Okay, be ready. If you've already understood something, you can start typing in the chat box. Yeah, you can go ahead. Oh, you're not getting voice? Maybe 1 second, I'll stop this. 1 second, I'm going back. Okay, I think you're not getting audio. Okay, now I'm playing again. Okay, I'll stop there. And now you can begin telling me, what do you understand from this video? Waiting for your responses. Okay, consider it from the previous slide that I showed you, factors on the right side, factors on the left side. Which category does he belong to? Shirisha, I think voice was not audible in the beginning, but now I changed the settings. I think you could hear that in the left side video. The boy has everything. Very good. Thank you so much. Some action is done by both, but left person has everything and right nothing. Whatever has how Vaishnavi says that. Yes, Leena. Okay, I'll play the right side also. Perhaps it'll be easier for you to make a better meaning of that. I think that should be enough. I'm not doing the whole thing, I think. Now you've understood. Stop it. Maybe, yeah. Now you've seen both the videos, right? On the left side, one who is blessed, who has all that he wants. He shot to fame because maybe he got support from everybody. He has best instruments possible. Maybe his parents supported, maybe his financial support, maybe he has a good teacher to teach that, and maybe he has a large audience to appreciate. He has got recognition and the most sophisticated instruments, etc., etc. Right. But the right one does not have any of them. You can see that he does not even basic instruments, leave alone other things. I don't think his parents even supported to buy even, he did not buy, he just improvised maybe an old plate, an old water bottle, some stick from somewhere. He improvised them and converted them into some kind of jazz drums. So what is the difference between this and this? Who is the greater? First or second? Right or left? Who is greater? Right? Okay, many of you say right. Oh, but I don't agree with you. I think both of them are right. Both of them are great. The right one and the left one, both of them were great because the left one, of course, has facilities and he has utilized them. He has utilized that opportunity because just because those facilities are there, it does not always suggest, it does not always warrant that there are so many other rich people born in similar wealth and all that. I don't think everybody becomes so successful. Maybe in the same family, there is one more child. I don't know. Maybe, perhaps he has not been so very successful. So he is very passionate. And that's why he succeeded. And the boy on the right side also is passionate. Somebody used the word passion and determination in the chat box. I'm very happy. So if you are determined, if you are passionate, if you want to make success of whatever field you choose in, whether you are on the right side or the left side, nothing will stop you. Please, I think if this one point sinks into your mind, my presentation is successful. So whether you're born rich or poor, whether your parents are supportive or not, whether teachers are great or not, if you have studied in a great college or an ordinary college, or did not go to college at all, or any other, somebody recognized you or not, who is recognizing this boy on the right side? I don't think nobody will recognize him. More important that people may even discourage him. His mother might say, "Arey bloody fellow, why are you wasting your time here? Go to school," or some such thing she might say. Or why are you spoiling that plate? So we had only one plate at home and then you made a hole in that. We cannot eat in that now. Well, we don't know. Maybe mother said that. Perhaps. So whether you are on the right side or left side, success is possible if you are determined. People born in the richest families with the best parents also may not achieve much. And people born in the poorest, weakest, right, most disparaged communities perhaps still can succeed if. So both places people can succeed, both places people may not succeed. So where you are is not important. What facilities you already have is not important. Only thing that's important is where you want to go. What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? If that destination is clear in your mind, automatically the whole world conspires to bring success to you. I think these two examples must get sunk into your mind and then they must stay with you forever. So where am I? What am I? Whose support do I have? What facilities do I have? Right? Is this person going to help me? Is this person going to help me? All these are good to consider, but even without any of these things, you can still succeed. If you have them, all the good, great. If you don't have them, no problem. And I can give you at least 10 examples from my own person. I'm not just telling you because I'm invited here and then I'm asked to give you a motivational presentation and I'm speaking just out of nothing. But I have 10, at least 10 personal experiences in my own life when similar things happened. Because I wanted them, they happened. Right? Okay, somebody is writing there. I'll stop that. Give 1 second. Just give me a second. I will first disable. Right. Yeah. Yes, and I'll also erase this. Oh, please don't do that. Right. Okay. So that's where we move on. And I think we are coming to. Right. So I was talking to you about values. So one of the values, just an example, one of the values is self-discipline. What is self-discipline? Others don't impose discipline on us. Mom does not have to wake me up in the morning. Oh, it's time for college. Please get up. It's time for this, time for that. And an alarm clock did not wake me up. Or if an alarm clock wakes me up, that's fine. But discipline is not enforced on me, but I want to do it because I love doing it. If I want to be punctual, I'll be punctual because I want to be punctual, not because somebody, the principal will blame me, the teacher will not allow me to enter the class, or tomorrow when I get a job, my officer may mark me absent and may cut my salary. Not because of that. I want to be punctual, so I'll be punctual. That is self-discipline. I'll stop my vehicle at the traffic signals because I want to be disciplined. Not because there is a traffic signal, not because there is a police officer, not because there is a camera, not because I'm going to be penalized, but because I would like to follow the rules. So you tell yourself, I'm not asking you to follow this rule or that rule. What rules will you follow? What discipline do you want in life? You tell yourself. Just watch this again 1 minute video. You see some birds here, some ducks.
Strecke. Steht einfach die
Why
Ändern.
are they waiting there? They are looking at the traffic signals here. The traffic signal you might have seen was green. Well, sorry, was red. Now
Das ist die
you can see it
Larve.
here. It has turned
Das ist die
green.
Larve, wenn grün ist. Oh, Lex, das ist geil.
Okay, so that short clip, what does it tell us? It tells us that nobody need enforce discipline on us. It is something that we need to inculcate for ourselves. Self-discipline is the best. As long as somebody has a stick in hand, somebody is, forcing, persuading, coaxing, and punishing us for doing or not doing something, or we are working only for a reward, or working because there is a punishment, I think that's not a long-term solution. So whatever you want to achieve in life, you set a course for yourself, you develop the right attitude, right? You be among the right kind of people who help you, right? And you set the road, you choose the path, and you pave your own way if necessary, right? And be disciplined to achieve that. Okay, I think maybe I'll stop there, but before I stop, I just would like to tell you this story and close there. So somebody was selling balloons. A little girl went to that uncle selling balloons. Uncle gave all colors there, red, yellow, green, blue, white, etc., etc. All these kinds of balloons you are selling. Suppose you have a black balloon, will that also fly high? Don't black balloons fly? Why are you not selling them? Why black balloons are not there? The little girl asked. I'm telling you the story very briefly, right? And what did that uncle say? Betty, it's not the color of the balloon that makes it fly. It is the air inside. It is what is there inside the balloon that makes it fly. So what you are externally, where you were born, who are your parents, what's your caste, what's your community, which state are you from, whether you enjoy a reservation or not, all these are very, very, very small factors in the course of your success. They all may contribute. I'm not completely saying, oh, they don't play any role. They play a very small role. But the bigger role will be played by what is there inside you. And what is inside you? Passion, determination, commitment, values, right? Knowledge of your own strengths. And most importantly, a vision for yourself. And if you have that vision for yourself and you make the right effort, automatically success is yours. Life is a constant journey to enhance your skills, your knowledge, your values, your attitude, and everything. So continue that journey, and I'm sure success is yours. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Now, in case you have any questions, you may please ask me. Either you can post them in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask me the question. I'll be happy if I can answer your questions.